Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Lachlan Dunn, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how stimulants are disrupting your sleep. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lachlan Dunn, holistic health coach and personal trainer, helping busy professionals and creatives to feel extraordinary, both physically and emotionally, by treating the root cause of their sleep and health issues without medication. Let's talk about stimulants and how they're disrupting your sleep. And, I really focus on coffee today since it's the most popular pick me up beverage. Caffeine, nicotine, marijuana, alcohol, sugar, certain teas, Coca Cola, energy drinks are all stimulants. Stimulants excite your sympathetic nervous system, your fight, flight, or flee branch of your nervous system. This is going to trigger the release of cortisol. Cortisol is alerting and awakening. Cortisol is responsible for getting you up in the morning or telling your body that it's time for action. Having any stimulants in the early afternoon or evening can keep you from falling asleep at night. Like I said, you've just activated the sympathetic nervous system, signaling to your body to gear up for some action. So let's talk about coffee, the most popular stimulant, pick me up beverage. An 8-ounce cup of coffee contains about 300 milligrams of caffeine. Caffeine in coffee has a life cycle of 12 hours, so a half life of 6 hours. If you have a coffee at 3 p.m., you're still going to have 150 milligrams of caffeine in your system at 9 p.m. 6 hours later, well into the psychogenic repair cycle of sleep, you'll have 75 milligrams of caffeine stimulating your adrenal glands to produce cortisol, causing frequent waking and low quality sleep. Now, you can even take this to a greater extent and say, what if I'm having 3 coffees in a day? Well, that's 36 hours of caffeine in your system. So you're just not at all going to get good quality sleep. You're going to have frequent awakenings because your adrenal glands are going to be processing this, and in the process of that, releasing cortisol. So you're really going to be living in a fight, flight, or flee stressful state, and from your body standpoint, that's getting chased by the tiger. So imagine getting chased by a tiger for 36 hours or longer, like constantly getting chased by the tiger, which on top of that, not only is caffeine stimulating this stressful response, but financial problems, relationship problems, work problems, they're all going to pile on top and really cause this real deep, dense state of stress, which of course is not going to allow us to sleep. So ideally, you should not drink caffeine after lunch and throughout the evening. Coffee and caffeine is also dehydrating. The first place your body will draw water from is your central nervous system. This can cause restless legs, twitches, and other uncontrollable agitations. On top of this, in terms of coffee, it's one of the most heavily sprayed crops, and it's sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides, which act as an antibiotic, which in turn destroys the microbiota in your microbiome, which play a gigantic role in producing the anabolic hormones, producing melatonin, producing the neurotransmitters that you need to function optimally to help you with digestion. I mean, they're in every single part of your body. There's not going to be an area that they don't affect, but by wiping out this colony, this community, you're essentially wiping out a part of yourself and in turn causing a whole host of problems. The coffee plant is also genetically modified. It's very manipulated. So if you're going to drink coffee, make sure it's certified organic. That is crucially important. So overall, we want to make sure that we're hydrating before having coffee or caffeine. So drink 1 liter of water before having any coffee in the morning. You don't want coffee going straight into your bloodstream without any water. This is huge again because it's just going to turn on that fight, flight, or flee mechanism even longer. Cut off coffee and caffeine at lunchtime and opt for decaffeinated teas in the afternoon and nighttime. Or in the morning, instead of having coffee, opt for something like green tea, which has half the amount of caffeine but has another compound called L-theanine, which balances out caffeine very nicely. It gives you a better ride through the caffeine. It kind of smooths and rounds off the edges of caffeine. So that is kind of one aspect in terms of coffee and caffeine. So I hope that gave you a good overview, and I hope you take action and make sure that you implement what I talked about. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good night.